miss who we were, when the world felt small enough to hold in our hands, when good morning was a promise and good night was a vow, when your laugh still lived in my ribs and my name in your mouth sounded like coming home. I miss the version of us that didn't know how to be careful yet, that loved like children love summer, reckless, full-throated, without measuring the cost. We didn't know we were already writing the ending. We thought forever was a place, not a direction. We thought love was a house, not a road. We thought we'd always be who we were then. I miss who we were before the silences learned how to speak, before the touches started feeling like apologies, before I love you became something we said to keep the quiet from swallowing us whole. I miss who we were when the future was wide open, when the past hadn't learned how to hurt yet. I miss who we were, and I'm still grieving the people we stopped being. I miss the way you looked at me, like I was the only answer you ever needed. I miss the way we'd stay up talking until the sky turned pink and we'd fall asleep mid-sentence, still holding hands. I miss the stupid fights over nothing that ended in laughter and kissing. I miss the way your hand found mine under restaurant tables like a secret we both kept. I miss the us that believed in us without needing proof. We didn't see the cracks forming, didn't notice the slow leak. We thought love was permanent like gravity or breathing. We didn't know it could quietly stop. I miss who we were before we learned how to be careful, before we learned how to survive without each other. I miss who we were when love was easy, when love was enough. I miss who we were, and I'm still here carrying the people we stopped being. I don't wanna go back, I know we can't. I just wanna sit here for a while and miss them, the way we used to love, the way we used to laugh, the way we used to believe in forever without needing proof. I miss them. Maybe this summer, when the leaves start turning chasing us. We used to say forever like it was a place we could book. A house with a view, a porch where we'd sit and look at the same stars every night, same moon every phase. We thought forever was something we could chase. But forever isn't a destination, it's a direction. And somewhere along the way we stopped paying attention. Your hand in mine started feeling like habit, not hunger, not home, just fingers that fit, no longer fit. I felt the drop before I could name it, a small shift in gravity, a quiet refrain. The way I love you started sounding like punctuation, a soft full stop instead of invitation. Falling out of forever, not with a crash, not with a scream, just a slow, slow tumbling like leaves in a dream. Falling out of forever, no dramatic ending, no final cruel line, just the gentle realization that always was never mine. Falling out of forever, and the falling never quite. I still wake up reaching for the side that's gone cold, still whisper your name to the dark like it's gold. Still keep your t-shirt folded under the pillow, still pretend the scent hasn't left, still pretend it's tomorrow. The bed is too wide, the room is too still. The promises we made sit on the windowsill, faded from sunlight, yellowed at the edge. They don't accuse me, they just sit and pledge nothing. I could have fought harder, could have screamed to be heard, could have turned the ending into something absurd. But we were both tired, we were both scared, so we let the fall happen and we let it be spared. The violence of trying when trying was dead. Falling out of forever, the way a star falls without making a sound, the way a promise dissolves without being found. Falling out of forever, we didn't break, we didn't burn, we just quietly finished what we couldn't return. Falling out of fur, and the falling is the truest thing we did. I don't hate you for letting go, I don't hate me for not holding tighter. We both felt the slow bleed, we both felt the lighter pull of gravity. Then I'll fall, and the fall is all that's left. I used to see you in full spectrum. Your laugh was bright red, your touch warm gold. The way you looked at me painted the room, every corner lit up, every shadow controlled. But one morning I woke and the colors had drained. Your smile still curved, but the brightness had waned. The red in your eyes turned to quiet gray. The gold in your hands felt like yesterday. I kept waiting for the palette to return, for the hues to flare up, for the fire to burn. But the light kept dimming, the saturation fell. Your love didn't leave, it just lost its spell. Your love lost its color. The photos we took still sit on the shelf. Your face still smiles, but the smile feels like someone else. The vibrance has leached, the edges gone dull. The love that once blazed now looks almost null. I trace the lines where the color used to live, the places your touch used to give and give and give. Now the paper is quiet, the pigment withdrawn. Your love didn't die, it just lost its dust. I could repaint it, could force the hues back, could pretend the gray is just a filter, a lack. But the truth is colder and simpler and clear. Your love didn't leave, it just disappeared into monochrome. Your love lost its color, and I'm still staring at the place where it shone, still waiting for pigments that never came home. Your love lost its color, it didn't scream, it didn't fight, lights went out at 11:47. Power cut, no warning, just sudden black. We laughed at first, found candles in the drawer, lit them one by one like small apologies. Your face in candlelight looked softer, younger, like the version of you I fell for years ago. We sat on the floor, backs against the couch, talked about nothing, talked about everything the way we used to, before we forgot how. But the candle burned lower and the conversation thinned. You looked at the flame, not at me, said I think we should talk, in the same voice you used to ask what I wanted for dinner. I knew before you finished the sentence, felt the air shift, felt the temperature drop. The darkness wasn't just outside anymore, it had moved in and made itself comfortable. After the lights went out, we couldn't hide behind bright distractions, couldn't smile and pretend the cracks weren't there. After the lights went out, your face was honest in the candle glow, and I saw the love already preparing to go. After the lights went out, we finally saw each other clearly. You spoke slowly, carefully, like you were reading lines. I still love you, but I don't know if I'm in love. The oldest, gentlest way to say the fire is gone. I didn't interrupt, didn't cry, didn't fight. I just listened while the candlelight flickered and made shadows dance across your face. You said you needed space, needed time, needed to find out who you were without mine. I nodded like I understood, though understanding felt like swallowing glass. When you finished, the candle had burned to nothing, only a small pool of wax, and the smell of smoke remained. We sat in the dark for a long time after, no words, no touch, no need to explain, just two people who once filled every corner of each other, learning enough. We loved like autumn loved the trees, beautiful, bright and brief, leaves turning gold before they fell. We turned toward each other before we fell. Your hand in mine felt like the last warm day before the cold arrives and won't go away. We spoke of futures like they were already here. We spoke of always without any fear. But love doesn't ask permission to pack its things. It just quietly gathers what it needs to bring. And one morning, it simply wasn't. No storm announced it, no thunder or rain, no cruel final words, no dramatic refrain. It just slipped out the back while we were asleep, left the shape of its body pressed into the sheet. Love that couldn't stay was never meant to be a cage or a chain. It was a guest star, a beautiful play. Love that couldn't stay taught me how fragile the heart can be. Change who I grew into. I still find traces of you in ordinary things, the way I make coffee, the songs that still sing, the hoodie I wear when the evenings turn sharp. It hangs on my shoulders like a question mark. I don't try to erase them, I don't try to forget. I just let them exist like small souvenirs, yeah. Because the love that couldn't stay didn't take everything. It left behind the best parts of itself in me. I don't curse the leaving, I don't curse the end. I just thank the love for being my friend, for burning so bright while it burned, for teaching me gentle when the leaving was good. Love that couldn't stay wasn't built for forever, only for today. It bloomed in the cracks where the light got through, then quietly folded when the season was through. Love that couldn't stay taught me how fragile the heart can be made, how to hold something close without asking it to love that couldn't stay, but it stayed long enough to remain. I don't need to know why, I don't need the reason. I just need to remember the love in its season, the way it arrived like a gift we didn't earn, the way it left without needing to burn. I thank you for burning so bright while you could, and for teaching me gentle when the leaving was good. Love that couldn't stay left me lighter than I thought I'd be. Not broken, not bitter, not lost on the way. Just someone who learned how to set something free. Love that couldn't stay was never meant to be a cage or a chain. It was a guest star, a beautiful play. Love that couldn't stay, but it stayed long enough to remain. Love that couldn't stay. Thank you for staying as long as you could. I'll carry the rest alone. The last time you kissed me, it felt different. Your lips landed softer, almost careful, like you were already saying goodbye without using words. Your hand on my waist didn't pull me closer. It just rested there, like it was afraid to remember how to hold on. I felt the shift in the pressure, the way your breath caught for half a second longer. I thought it was just the night, thought it was just tiredness. I didn't know it was rehearsal. I still taste that kiss sometimes when the room is dark and the clock is quiet. It tastes like goodbye before goodbye had a name. Last time felt different, like the body already knew what the mind was still refusing. The last time felt different. Your arms still wrapped around me, but the embrace was already letting go. The last time felt different, and I didn't have the courage to ask why. The last time we made love, it felt different. Not desperate, not passionate, not even sad. Just careful, like two people trying not to break something already cracked. You looked at me longer than usual, eyes searching for something you already knew wasn't there. but the hold felt apologetic, like you were sorry for what you were about to do. I pretended not to notice, because noticing would have made it real. I still feel the shape of your arms, still feel the way your chest rose and fell against mine. I still hear the quiet I love you you whispered into my hair, and I still wonder if you meant it without it, practicing how to say goodbye. The last time felt different, like the body was mourning while the mind was still hoping. The last time felt different. Your fingers traced my spine, but they were already saying farewell. The last time felt different, and I let it happen because I was afraid to make it different enough to stop. I wish I'd held you longer. I wish I'd asked what's wrong. I wish I'd said don't go, even though I knew you were already gone. But I didn't. I let the last time be the last time. I let the difference be the difference. I let the love slip away quietly, 'cause making it loud would have made it final, and I wasn't ready for final. The last time felt different, and I'm still here carrying the difference like a stone in my chest. The last time felt different. I still feel your lips, still feel your arms, still feel the moment you chose to let go. The last time felt different, and I'm still not ready to call it the last time felt different, and I'm still here. I still let you hold me when the night gets too heavy. Your arms come around like they used to do, but the pressure is different. Careful, almost polite, like you're afraid of breaking something already broken. I press my cheek to your chest, wait for the rhythm I knew by heart, but the heartbeat feels distant, like it's beating behind glass. Your skin is warm, but the warmth doesn't reach. I close my eyes and try to remember the way your hold used to feel. feel like shelter, like the world could end outside and I'd still be safe inside your arms. But now the shelter has dropped, now the safety has ceased. Now your embrace feels like courtesy. Your arms don't feel like home, they feel like a place I used to live, a house I once knew, but the locks have changed. Your arms don't feel like home, they feel like a memory I'm trying to fit back into. They feel like goodbye, still wearing your skin. Your arms don't feel like home, and I'm still letting them hold me, because letting go would mean admitting it's over. I trace the line of your shoulder with my finger, the same path I used to follow when your breathing would slow and you drift into sleep. Now your breathing stays even, but the rhythm is careful, like you're pretending to be asleep. I whisper your name against your neck, wait for the small sound you used to make, the soft that meant I'm still here. But tonight there's only silence and the steady rise and fall of someone who's already gone. I could pull away, could say this doesn't feel right, could stop pretending the warmth is still mine. colors brighter, the laughter cleaner, the fight shorter, the apology sweeter. You never forgot my coffee order. I never forgot how your hand felt when it found mine in the dark. In memories we never got tired, never let the small hurts grow roots. We were always the best versions of ourselves, the ones who still believe in forever. I keep them polished, those moments, like stones I turn over in my pocket, smooth from handling, warm from my skin. They don't hurt the way they used to, they just sit there quietly glowing. We were better in memories, where love didn't have to survive the ordinary, where I love you never sounded tired, where goodbye was just a word we hadn't learned yet. We were better in memories, and maybe that's okay. Maybe the past gets to keep the best parts of us. Maybe the present is allowed to be less. I still smile at the stupid things we did, the way we danced in the kitchen to songs neither of us liked, the way you'd steal my hoodie and wear it like it was yours, the way we'd stay up talking until the sky turned pink, and we fall asleep mid-sentence, still holding hands. Those moments didn't know they were building a shrine. They didn't know they'd become the only place we still fit. I don't try to live there anymore, I don't try to drag them into the day. I just visit sometimes, sit on the porch of the past, and let the memories be company without asking them to stay. We were better in memories, where love was easy and the hard parts were small, where we were always right and the apologies were small. We were better in memories, and maybe that's mercy, maybe that's grace, a beautiful archive of a love that couldn't keep pace. We were better in memories, and I'm learning to love the version of us that still lives. Yeah. I don't wanna go back, I know we can't. I just wanna sit here for a while and miss them, the way we used to love, the way we used to love, the way we used to believe in forever without need. I miss summer when the leaves start turning. I miss them like I miss home when I'm already standing in the doorway. We were better in memories, and maybe that's the kindest thing fate could do. Let us keep the best parts without having to live through the rest. We were better in memories, the laughter, the longing, the light we used to hold. We were better in memories, and I'll carry them quietly the way we carried each other once. We were better in memories, and I'm still here, missing us. I still leave your side of the bed open, sheet smoothed, pillow fluffed, blanket folded, just so as if you might come back in the middle of the night, slip under the covers without a sound, and make the space feel full again. But the mattress doesn't remember your weight anymore. The cold has settled in, taken root, made it its own. I lie on my half, arms stretched across the divide, fingers brushing nothing but chilled cotton, and the quiet knowledge that this is how it stays. I tried to fill it once with new pillows, new blankets, new routines. Tried to crowd the emptiness with books, with light, with anything that might pretend to be company. But the space just swallowed them whole. Stayed empty, stayed yours. The space you couldn't fill is the only thing you left behind that's still honest. It doesn't lie, doesn't pretend, doesn't apologize. It just exists. For you, I don't sleep there, I can't. The emptiness feels like judgment, like accusation, like proof that I wasn't enough to make you wanna stay. So I curl on my side, back to the void, pretend the bed is smaller, pretend the world is smaller, pretend I'm smaller too. But the cold still reaches, slips under the covers, wraps around my ribs, reminds me every night that the space is still waiting, still hoping. I could close push the pillows across, could make the bed feel whole again. But that would mean admitting that you're never coming back, that the space was never yours to fill. It was always mine to carry. The space you couldn't fill is the quietest monument to what we were. A hollowed out promise, a permanent blur. The space you couldn't fill doesn't ask me to heal, doesn't ask me to mend. It just lies there beside me like an old friend. The space you couldn't fill, and I'm still here learning how to sleep with the empty beside me. I don't hate the space, I don't curse me emptiness. I just miss when it used to be warm, when it used to hold two, when it used to mean us. I miss when the bed was a place we both wanted to be. Now it's just a place I survive, but I keep it open, I keep it ready. Not because I believe you'll come back, but because letting it close would mean letting you go completely. And I'm not ready for completely. The space you couldn't fill is the last thing I have that still feels like you. The last place where love refuses to go through. The space you couldn't fill doesn't need filling, doesn't need repair. It just needs to be honored as the place where you were once there. The space you couldn't fill, and I'm still here learning hella lens with the open wound. You watch the space is still open, and I'm still breathing in it. I thought the hurt would soften with the months, thought the edges would blur, the colors would fade. But every morning I still wake up reaching for the side of the bed that's already made. Your name in my phone is still there unchanged. I don't but when I do, the ache arrives fresh, like the cut never scared. Like the first day you left is still happening to me too. I've learned the routine, learned how to smile, learned how to answer when people ask, how are you? I say I'm good, and they believe the lie, but inside the chest the same knife still lies. It still hurts the same, not louder, not softer, just exactly the same. The wound never closed, it just learned my name. It still hurts the same, every sunrise, every quiet night, every time I remember you were right here. It still hurts the same. And I'm starting to think it always will. I pass places we used to claim as ours, the cafe with the crooked table, the bench by the flowers. I don't avoid them anymore, I don't cross the street. I just let the memory wash over me complete. Sometimes I smile at the way we used to be, the stupid fights, the way you'd steal my hoodie from me. The smile doesn't erase the ache, doesn't make it small, it just sits beside it like an old friend in the hall. I've tried new routines, new cities, new skin, tried drowning the feeling in noise and gin, but your absence is stubborn, it refuses to shrink, it just sits in my chest and continues to think. It still hurts the same, like pressing a bruise that never quite heals, like hearing you laugh in a crowd that conceals. It still hurts the same, the calendar flips, the seasons rearrange, but the missing stays steady, refuses to change. It still hurts the same, and I'm tired of pretending it doesn't. I don't want the pain to disappear, I don't want the memories to fade into blur, because if they did, what would be left of her, of us, of the love that once felt so sure? So I let it hurt, I let it stay, I let it sit beside me every single day, because the hurts the same. And I'm still here, carrying the it still hurts. The same. And I'm still here. We still laughed at the same stupid things, still finished each other's sentence without thinking, still reached for the same blanket on cold nights, still said I love you like it was breathing. But somewhere between the laughter and the light, a small hesitation started to grow quiet. Your hand didn't linger when you passed the salt. Your eyes didn't stay when I talked about the past. We were still us, still sharing the same air, still sleeping in the same bed, still pretending we were there. I felt the shift before I could name it, a subtle recalibration, a quiet refrain. The way good morning started sounding like courtesy, the way see you later started sounding like maybe. Before we became strangers, we were still lovers who forgot how to touch, still friends who forgot how to trust. Before we became strangers, we were still holding on with fingers half closed, still saying the words, but the meaning was ghost. Before we became strangers, we were already slipping into the space between. Still see you in the kitchen at 7 a.m. Hair messy, eyes sleepy, smiling at me again. I still feel the warmth of your back against mine. When the night got cold and the world felt kind, but the warmth became habit, the smile became polite, the I love you became something we said out alive. We kept the routine, kept the rhythm, kept the show, until one day we looked up and didn't really know who we were anymore. We didn't fight to fix it, didn't scream to be heard. We just let the closeness become something absurd, a performance we gave because we didn't know how to admit that the love was already happened. Don't know the hour the closeness snapped. I just know we kept walking forward together, while the love quietly walked back. We didn't want to hurt each other, so we didn't fight. We didn't want to lose each other, so we didn't say goodnight. We just let the love fade into polite distance until one day we looked up and realized we were strangers who still shared a bed. Before we became strangers, we were still lovers who forgot how to feel, still friends who forgot how to heal. Before we became strangers, we were still holding on while letting go, still saying I love you, but meaning no. Before we became strangers, we were already strangers who loved each other enough to stay until we couldn't. Before we became strangers, we were already strangers who love. It didn't end with shouting or a door slammed in rage. No final cruel sentence written on the page. One evening the conversation just stopped. The words we used to throw like light became heavy, then dropped. You still said good morning, still passed the salt, but the good morning sounded like habit, the salt felt like salt. No warmth in the gesture, no spark in the act, just the quiet mechanics of two people intact. I kept waiting for the volume to rise, for the anger, the passion, the tear in your eyes. But the silence grew thicker, learned how to sit, learned how to stay without needing to fit. When love turned quiet, it didn't die loud, it just stopped talking, and the silence allowed itself to become the only sound. When love turned quiet, the house kept its shape, but the air lost its ways. When love We still shared the bed, still turned out the light, still said I love you like a prayer said at night. But the I love you became punctuation, a full stop at the end, a polite little bow before the silence began. I watched your back rise and fall in the dark, waited for the sigh that used to mean I'm here. But the sigh never came and the breathing stayed even. Love didn't leave, it just stopped believing. I could have asked what happened to us, could have screamed, say something, make a fuss, but the silence was kinder than any cruel truth. So we both chose quiet and called it youth. When love turns quiet, it didn't need violence to end, it just needed absence to become friends. Still breathing, but never quite there. I don't hate the quiet, I don't hate you for choosing it. I just miss the noise, the beautiful riot of two people who still believed in it. We didn't fight to save it, 'cause fighting felt louder than love ever did. We let the quiet become the final word, and the final word was nothing. When love turned quiet, the ending was soft, the ending was clear, the ending was lost. When love turned quiet, no one to blame, no villain to name, just two people who loved until the loving became too much the same. When love turned quiet, and the quiet is all that remained. Quiet turned love quiet. There's a drawer in my chest where the unsaid things live. Small folded papers, edges worn from being touched too much. I open it sometimes when the house is asleep. Read the lines I never gave you and let them keep. I was scared you'd leave if I told you the truth. I needed you more than I ever showed proof. I'm sorry I let the silence grow thick. I loved you so hard it made me sick. We spoke in safe sentence, polite little lies, dressed up the hurt and I'm fine and don't cry. We built walls with the words we refused to release, and the love got trapped between the lines of our peace. The words we never said are the loudest thing left in the room. They scream in the quiet when the lights go dim. They echo in corners where the shadows begin. The words we never said, they don't forgive, they don't forget. They just sit there heavy like a debt. The words we never said are the only thing still speaking. I still hear your voice saying good night, sleep well. The way it landed soft, the way it never fell into anything deeper than surface and care. I wish I'd answer with the things I kept there. I'm terrified of losing you every day. I hate how we pretend everything's okay. I miss the us that used to fight for this. I'm drowning in love and you don't even miss. We thought silence was safer than saying too much. Thought the unsaid would protect us from the touch of truth that might break what was already bent. But the silence was the thing that finally prevented. The words we never said are the ghosts that still walk these halls. They whisper at night when the house is too small. The words we never said, they don't leave footprints, they don't make a sound, but they follow me everywhere. They're always around. The words we never said are the heaviest thing I carry now. I could still say them, could write them in a letter, could whisper them to the dark, could try to do better, but the time for the words has already passed. They belong to the moment that didn't last, so I keep them inside where they burn soft and low. The last living proof of the love we let go. The words we never said are the only thing left that still feels true. They don't forgive me, they don't forgive you. The words we never said, they don't promise healing, they don't beg to be heard. They just sit in the quiet like the last living bird. The words we never said, and I'm still here learning to live with the weight of the unsaid. The words we never said than they ever were. I still keep your number saved under your name. No new messages, but I scroll sometimes anyway. Read the old good mornings like the scripture. Trace the way you used to type my name with 3 hearts. Now the hearts are gone, but the name still feels like yours. I still wear the hoodie you left that last night. It's too big now, sleep swallowing my hands. I pull it tighter when the evenings turn sharp. Pretend the fabric remembers how your arms used to wrap. I tell myself I'm over it, tell myself I'm free, but freedom feels like a lion when your ghost still sleeps next to me. I don't wait for your call anymore, I don't check the door, but somewhere deep where the quiet things hide, I'm still almost yours. Almost still yours, not enough to come back, but too much to let go. Almost still yours, the heart that learned your rhythm still beats a little slow. Almost still yours, I don't pray for your return, I don't beg for the past, I just carry the almost like a stone in my chest. Almost still yours, and maybe that's the closest I'll ever get to peace. I still smile at the stupid things we did, the way you'd steal my fries and pretend innocence, the way we'd stay up talk until the sky turned pink, the way you'd kiss my forehead like I was something to protect. Those moments didn't know they were building an altar, they didn't know they'd become the only place we still fit. I don't try to live there anymore, I don't try to drag them into today. I just visit sometimes, sit on the porch of the past and let the almost be company without asking it to stay. Almost still yours, the love that almost lasted, the promise that almost held. Almost still yours, I don't hate the almost, I don't curse its name. It was the closest I came to winning the game. Almost still yours, and even if it slipped through like sand in the rain, it still left its warmth in the shape of the door. Wait on, don't wanna go back, I know we can't. I just wanna sit here for a while and miss an ache, the way we used to love, the way we used to love, the way we used to believe in forever without needing proof. I missed it like I miss summer, when the leaves start turning. I miss it like I miss home, when I'm already standing in the doorway. Almost still yours, and that almost was real. It lived in the laughter, it lived in the feel of your hand almost holding yours. almost still yours. Thank you for getting that close. Almost was enough. We tried to make it work on days when love felt thin. Tried to speak the words when silence felt like sin. Tried to hold each other when the holding felt like weight. Tried to find the fire when it was already late. We tried to talk it through on nights when talking hurt. Tried to forgive the small things till the small things turned. We tried to stay together when the staying felt like loss. Tried to keep believing when the belief was almost gone. We didn't stop caring, we just ran out of ways to carry what was heavy through the ordinary days. We didn't give up easy, we just gave everything. And when the giving ended, there was nothing left to bring. We tried, but it wasn't enough. We poured every drop we had into the cup. We tried, but the love still ran dry. We looked at each other and couldn't deny. We tried, and trying was the last thing we did together. We tried to remember who we used to be. Tried to find the people in the wreckage we could see. We tried to hold the pieces when the picture fell apart. Tried to glue the broken with the glue of our hearts. We tried to keep the promises we made when we were new. Tried to keep the promises even when they weren't true. We tried to be the ones who made it through the storm. Tried to be the proof that love could still be warm. We didn't stop loving, we just ran out of strength to keep choosing each other at the end of every lane. We didn't fail each other, we just reached the end of everything we knew how to give and defend. We tried, but it wasn't enough. We poured every drop we had into the cup. We tried, but the love still ran dry. We looked at each other and couldn't deny. We tried, and trying was the last thing we did together. I don't regret the trying, I don't regret the years, I don't regret the laughter or the quiet tears. I only regret that we couldn't find a way to keep trying when trying hurt more than letting go. We were never perfect, we were just human. We loved as hard as two tired people can. And when the love couldn't carry us anymore, we let it rest trying was beautiful while it lasted. We tried, but it wasn't